I feel like there are a set of eyes on me. Yeah. Good morning. Sorry, was that light really bright? Hi. This is really cool. I finally cleared off this little ledge that I initially built for the cats. But ever since we moved into Lucky, there's been so much stuff up here between bags and jackets and gloves and every other thing that I don't even think that they knew it existed. And I cleared it off the other night, and now, well, she was the first one to go up there. Stella loves it. But let's get serious. She just likes having the height on me. Oh, really? Did you have a bad sleep? Or are you upset because is your food empty? I better check. Penny likes going up here too. Okay, I'll check your food. Hang on. Yep, they were clearly very hungry and thirsty in the night. Why didn't you wake me up? Leave me alone. I'm sleeping now. I spent the whole night eating. Okay, I actually just recently did some rearranging of all my stuff in here, which will be in a future vlog. Oh, good. They need more food, too. I promise it doesn't normally look that awkward when I'm feeding them because I'm not usually holding my camera. Oh, you hear me filling up the bowls, eh? Score! Why is my van always in a state of disarray? All right, come and get it. Whoa. Yeah, go ahead. Can you do it? She's like, no, there's a giant box of keepsakes in my way. Here, come here. You're so scritchy. There. Yeah, well. She'll be there for the next, 2 hours. How's it going, guys? Good morning. Welcome back to the channel, or good afternoon, good evening, and good night. Name that movie. This is a very impromptu vlog again. I have to say that all the time because of my schedule. If you watched my 3,000 subscriber video, two things. You heard me talk about the fact that I've got a whole bunch of content scheduled right through till the middle of January, which is true. What that effectively does is put me very out of touch with you guys, which at the end of the day is probably fine because we can still enjoy the content. It will stand the test of time. It's on the internet. It will most likely be there forever. But that leads me to number 2, which is this video and the fact that I've kind of been going through your guys' comments on that video. And I know negative comments are probably coming. The trolls and all of that negative garbage, which, we'll take with a grain of salt and all that good stuff. But what's there right now is so incredibly positive that I woke up this morning, I was like, I need to stop flipping through my comments because it's probably unhealthy. And it inspired me to just shoot a vlog in the confines of today, which is nice because I didn't really have any plans other than wanting to edit a movie review for a certain subscriber that will be going live either later today or at this point, maybe later in the week. Is the camera in your way? Sorry, Penny's looking like, yep. Okay, here, I'll just move it. It's okay. Come on. Yep, you can do it. Oh no, you're gonna... And Matt lost his train of thought. But anyways, what I really wanted to do was just do a vlog entry in the confines of today. I already said that. Write the movie review, edit it, might go live. I was just inspired to do something that's not necessarily topical, but this is more in line with me right now. It's Sunday morning, December 19th, I believe, without looking at a calendar. Do we see this? Do we see what's happening here? This is left over from my 3,000 subscriber video. Hashtag yuck. I haven't washed my hair since then, so we're gonna make some coffee. We're gonna attempt to wash this out of my hair, and then we'll get on with our day. So some things that I do need to get done today, like I said, I need to edit that movie review. I need to, playing it fast and loose with the word need, but there's a few modifications I would like to make to my water station. There was a whole thing coming out later. Again, this is the problem. This is the bane of my existence. The bane of my existence. Everybody calm down. Probably not that bad, but again, that video will come out weeks down the line. However, in doing that video, I noticed something in my water station build that I would like to fix. So we're going to take a peek in there and see if I can get that done. And I need to do a little bit of Christmas shopping This is going to be a weird Christmas because, and this is silly. I was going to say it's going to be a weird Christmas because I don't have any money. And that's not, 100% true. I'm not buying gifts for like any adults in my life, or all I'm focusing on this year is my daughter. And even then she's already been overwhelmed with love from my parents and my cousin and I was going to say her siblings. She doesn't have any siblings. My sibling. I don't feel a lot of pressure to go above and beyond. We'll talk about that when we get there, but I'd like to get that done today. It's interesting because it's Sunday, so we're gonna have to time this all very carefully because stuff opens late and closes early. So let's get some coffee made. You hear that beeping? I've got my, is it an O2 sensor or whatever right down here? And unfortunately where I mounted it is right near the foot of my bed or the head of my bed, depending on the mood I'm in. And I don't have anything on my bed frame that blocks my mattress from sliding this way. So everything's kind of just moved closer to the CO2 sensor. So I bump the little test button all the time and the stupid thing insists on beeping very loudly twice. I do drip coffee. I bought this guy forever ago. Funny enough, I filmed secret videos at the very beginning, like before I even had the van, and I've had them sort of on my hard drive. I don't know if I'll ever release them. Kind of like the making of Matt's van life. Who knows? But this was one of the first things that I purchased because coffee was very important to me. It's actually not as important as I thought it would be, but I purchased this. It's a Jetboil Java Flash, and it actually comes with a French press plunger. It must be early, and I've not had any coffee. This is why this is happening. And also, sorry, my diesel heater is blowing away if you can hear it. I'll do my best to fix that in post, so drown it out a bit. Clicking is the fuel pump. The is the vent. Well, the vent's not making noise, but that's where the hot air is coming from. I saw a couple comments, people saying, oh, I don't like that temperature for the cats, or I hope you're staying warm in there with those temperatures. It's doing great. We'll talk about that down the line. But anyways, I got this because it came with that French press plunger, which is all collapsible, and it also came with a bag of coffee, which was great. So there's actually water in here right now, but you just put the coffee grounds, you boil the water, you put the coffee grounds in, and then you use the plunger to plunge it down, which is great. And I did use that a few times. You can check that out in one of my maiden voyage videos. I was using it that way then. The issue is that then you're left with a whole bunch of coffee grounds in here, which is so when I was in Lethbridge doing a photo shoot, I was at this awesome little place called the Collective Coffee Company. Apparently coffee companies are my thing. Moving on, but they had these for sale, so I picked this guy up and I pretty much haven't looked back since. I can't talk while I'm filling this with water. I can't recommend this Jetboil stuff enough. I've been thoroughly impressed. I did have one concern that the more I used it, it looked like the bottom was coming off, but that's just not the case. So, I mean, this stuff is essentially built with hikers in mind. Oh yeah, it also comes with this little stove. And it uses isobutane containers. And this is actually a cup you can measure on here. It's got measurements up to 1 cup, and then it's got, quarter and half as well. So it's really cool. So like I said, it's designed with hikers in mind, so it all collapses down. This burner fits inside of here. I don't do that because I'm not hiking, and that would just be a bigger pain in the butt in the morning. So what you're supposed to do, if you're doing it the right way, is turn on the gas, hit the pan, and then you put this on. And then you crack the door so we don't die. That's really loud. I'll see you when it's done. And when she's rocking and rolling and this is all orange, we know it's done. So turn it off and stop filling up your home with unnecessary moisture. Here's something I could use too. Oh wait, hang on. So here's my first pro tip that I noticed right away. This guy I used to store just in one of my drawers, but my drawer closes right up against the wall and that tends to get a little cold. Turns out this gas gets real fickle when it gets cold, and that took about, what, a minute and a half, 2 minutes to boil that water? Yeah, when it's cold, it can take upwards of 5-6 minutes. I mean, it'll still get the job done, but that little flame is nowhere near as impressive. So I moved it over here to this cabinet that's essentially quite a ways above my heat source, but the heat does trickle up and keep this whole area nice and warm. No cause for concern. It's not that hot. It's not going to explode, but I've had much better success since I put that in there, which was yesterday. So one day's good. All right. What was I saying? Oh yes. A little bit of help for me. I know, like, you can get, I don't quite uppity when it comes to drip coffee. I'm not looking for any sort of fancy stuff. My cousin, who is one of the owners of Mountaintop Coffee Company, I'm sure he would have plenty to say about this, and he really takes pride in his coffee. But I don't know, I haven't had much success with this in terms of it being a good cup of coffee. Granted, I'm also using what some might call cheap brands of coffee, but I don't mind. You buy what you can afford, you know? So I don't know if you got any tips when it comes to pour over, because all I'm gonna do is just pour over. One thing I've been doing is I haven't been pouring the water over my grounds immediately. I kind of let it cool off just a little bit before I do, but we'll see. So I don't know, just like the bloopity bloop. Anyways, if it's not obvious, this whole pour over method, it's just an easier cleanup for van life. You just take the filter out and put it in your garbage and you're done. Saturate the grounds, saturate the grounds. It's funny because I know that I did something very similar in a vlog entry coming up here about coffee, so I'm trying to not repeat myself too much. But that being said, I also spent a lot of time this summer filming myself making coffee. It just kind of happens, we end up repeating ourselves. So yeah, that's pretty basic, pretty straightforward. I don't measure, and there's always water left over in here. Usually what I do is I will use this hot water to clean some of the dishes from the night before, just so it doesn't go to complete waste, just to rinse off that first layer. Like, well, this is my measuring spoon, so I'm probably not gonna wash it, it's just for the coffee grounds. But like my spoon that I used last night, we'll just, hang on. This is another reason I like having a sink, right? So I can just kind of pour the hot water on there. I get this paper towel, give it a rub. Give it a rub. Just calm down, okay? It's just a spoon. What did I eat with this? What is that? Don't ask questions. You don't want to know the answers to. And then I'll clean it up with vinegar as well to sanitize it. How's this coffee coming? Looking pretty good. And I probably waited too long. Somebody's gonna be like, well, that was your mistake. You let the water run all the way through. Well, what was I supposed to do? Okay, and I've got a crazy sweet tooth, so I'm gonna top this up with some very sugary coffee creamer. Enjoy it, and then let's do something about this, because yikes. And this garbage is far too full, so we're gonna have to make a stop later, but super simple. All right, coffee grounds cleaned up. Once we're out in nature and everything, we'll just return the coffee grounds to them. But it's winter, so I'm thinking somebody might notice a big black splooch in a snow pile. Awkward. And it's a really good cup of coffee. Don't worry, I cleaned the tequila out. Oh, I'm really worried about the noise from that heater, but you know, we'll do our best, like I said. Okay, so when it comes to doing my hair, I've done this a couple times, and it's also good for washing your face, but I highly recommend something like this if you're gonna be a little bit more, let's say, budget conscious. No, let's say budget conscious when it comes to your van life. Where is it? No, there. Hang on. Okay. Oh, haha. So this is just like a collapsible basin. I found it here in Calgary at a store called Bianca Moore's. Bianca Amore? I don't know how you say it. I think it's Bianca Moore's. That's what we've always said. This thing was like $2-3. It's Outdoorsman by iZoom. It's always going to be brands you've never heard of. Most of the stuff you get from places like that, they're pretty cheap and you know what you're getting, but this I've been thoroughly impressed with. It just pops out into this basin, right? So again, would be good for hiking, also good, excuse me, the coffee's trying to come back up, also good for van life. So go twofold because we're going to use the jet boil once again to make some warm water. Okay, so I put 1 cup of this cold water into this basin. I don't know if you can see it or not if it's in frame, but it's right here. If you couldn't, it's gonna be really awkward if you couldn't. I just picked it up for no reason. And then I just boiled another one. And when I say cup, I don't mean full. On the inside, there is a measurement line. It's about halfway. I think it's equal to 2 cups. That's as far as you want to go to allow the boil to happen. I guess I didn't make it. I just follow those rules. One of those 2 cups of cold and then of hot as well. Oh, God, don't spill it on your leg. Don't spill it on your leg. Oh, that was not planned. Yeah, hang on. I'm okay. God, suck it up, act macho. Act macho. It's very steamy in here now. Crack a window. Okay. That was not planned. I'm not gonna lie. I had the thought to like be funny to do it, but force it. That wasn't. Yikes. Oh, they're gonna blister. Stay focused. Now I'm realizing I don't. Oh, this will work. I thought I only had 1 towel in here. I do not, because I'm prepared. So actually what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take my very fancy Spider-Man towel. And no, I haven't seen the new Spider-Man movie. No spoilers, please. Put that down just on top of my mats, just to give us a little added layer of protection. Because apparently I spill. We're just gonna give her. We use this one to dry off. Super simple. I mean, the hardest thing is keeping it contained. I tend to splash a lot when I do stuff like this. But if you go slow and not crazy, you'll get it done. I also got this fancy little guy. This is an outbound mirror. I think I probably got a Canadian Tire. Check, make sure you look exceptionally crazy, because that's the look you're going for. What? Yeah, no, that's nice to get that sort of out of there. Now, obviously, shampoo, soap of some sort would be better. I'm realizing now none of that is here. Usually, I take advantage of the huge generosity of my cousin, and when I'm over at her house with my daughter, I will try to grab a shower while my daughter is napping. So, all of my stuff is there right now, but that's okay. Well, Matt, why don't you just go to your cousin's when you don't have your daughter? Yeah, I could, but then am I really doing van life? And it's not, I don't mean that like I'm forcing myself to do it, but eventually, pretty soon, my daughter, I won't have her every day. She'll be in daycare, I'll be working, and this will be, I don't know how to phrase that. This will be full-time, but it's full-time now. I guess I would rather just take advantage of the days where I don't have my daughter and do the van life 100% to slowly condition myself for it being, instead of, you know, the Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, it'll be every day of the week. I mean, I could throw myself into it right now without the conditioning part. It's nice to prove to yourself that you can do it and that you're okay with it. And this is not the first time I've done something like this. It's the first time I've done it without soap, so my hair is going to be real gross by the end of the day, but it's a little less gross right now, so perfect. One more thing before we get to that shopping. This is another reason I like having the sink in here, and I knew this off the hop. I've mentioned it before, but if you haven't seen those videos, is getting rid of water like this. Right into my gray water tank. And when I say gray water tank, I mean it's one of those water jugs that I just DIY'd the absolute bejeebus out of. But now we don't have to worry about throwing that out outside in a Walmart parking lot. Don't do that anyway. All right, let's see how bad the windshield got last night. I'm imagining not too bad because it wasn't that cold. Just a little bit of condensation. Getting really used to that. Ah, no, normally I bring my boots back and warm them up by the vent on the heater, but that's all right. More important when it gets down to that minus 30. And I wonder why my feet are always cold. Right, I forgot. No Time to Die came out on DVD and Blu-ray this past Tuesday, I would assume. They only had it on 4K, so not gonna buy that because I have no way of playing Blu-ray or 4K in Lucky. That's pretty cool. If you haven't seen my review of No Time to Die, I was really late to the party when it came to that movie. That's probably the most polarizing movie I talked about this year when it comes to my opinion of it. Check it out. I'll link a card right here. But yeah, just pop into Walmart, use the facilities, keep Lucky smelling good. Ooh, what are you doing up here? Oh, it's nice and warm in here. Oh, hi, Penny. Oh, yeah, I don't know what's with her. She's always been scritchy in terms of her meow. Oh, here go my keys. Hey, Penny. You ready to go do some shopping for Brooklyn? I mean, you can't really do any shopping. I'll do the shopping. Maybe you could help me wrap. Okay? Give me more food. Oh, gosh. Woo, woo, woo. Let there be light. This is the only Problem. I mean, it's not really a problem because it's expected in the middle. There's much you can do about the condensation on the inside of the windshield, right? Like once I get a ceiling fan, maybe that'll help to get some of the moisture out of the van, because all of that moisture is clearly coming from me and the cats going. But I digress. What I usually do first thing when I get in the driver's seat, I just kicked off the diesel heater because it's got to cool down. And then, turn off the air. I don't like to blow cold air on the window or the cats. That's not bad. That was a perfect start as far as I'm concerned. It was not that cold last night. I think we got down to about minus, 14 last night? It's about minus 10 right now. Degrees Celsius, because I'm in Canada. Everybody that goes by Fahrenheit is like, and? So we're gonna let it warm up for a little bit. I immediately flick on the charger for my batteries, my DC to DC charger. That's a little switch on the dashboard. So you're on a mount. I did see somebody comment the other day say, pay attention when you're driving. She's not wrong. But I've had this mount for a little bit now. I don't know if I went over it in an upcoming vlog. I'm so discombobulated, but it's mounted to the dash and I can do it this way to talk to you lovely people. And I can also flip it around to get shots like this. Hello, co-captain. How are you? Can you say hi? Nobody wants to look at the back of your head. Okay. So, gonna go into Dollarama to do the Christmas shopping. And here's the thing. Wait, we're gonna set a budget of upside down $20. $20. All my new viewers are like, man, your money looks funny. That can go a long way. It's my little girl, so whatever. Now here's the thing, don't get judgy. Don't be sad for me that I'm going to Dollarama to buy Christmas presents for my daughter. These are gonna be stocking stuffers for her. Her mother and I already went in on a gift together that's gonna be like from Santa, I think, or maybe it's just gonna be from us. I'm not 100% sure. But I bought this cute little camo print stocking for her, pink camo, and I'm just gonna stuff it for her because I'm gonna have her overnight, and so I want her to have that stuff to sort of tear open and tear into. Stella, you got all the dandruff. What is happening? I gave you such a brushing yesterday. That's probably why she's got all the dandruff. She's very upset with me. Just say hi, it's okay. Say hi, look, see? Oh, hello. Hello, YouTube. You guys are slowly becoming far more popular than me. I'm very easily distracted this morning. So stocking for her, hang on, I gotta take, this is really warm. This is a problem that I'm noticing with the van life. You wanna keep your home really warm, so you don't necessarily need the jacket that you would have on all the time when you just go out into your car and drive somewhere. You know what I mean? So, I don't know, if you got a way of controlling your body temperature a little bit better, focus on that. You're gonna be living in a van in cold climates. So yes, I want to do a stocking for her so she has something to tear open, because here's the thing, here's my argument. Number one, excess is silly to me. Yeah, I was young once, believe it or not. I was a little boy, and of course I wanted all the things. I wanted the new Nintendo, I can't think of anything else expensive from my childhood right now. Too much pressure. But of course I wanted all of those things and a whole bunch of stuff on Christmas morning, because that's sort of like what we grow up with. That's what gets instilled into us, right? In my adulthood, talking to other family members and whatnot, it really sort of becomes easier to see that Christmas is about a lot of things. But when it comes to the presents and stuff, that's really about the kids and that magical sense of wonder, because sooner or later we're gonna grow up and that kind of gets squashed. And then it's up to us to find the positivity. But as a kid, you're so innocent, right? You don't know any better. So I want my daughter to still have that wonderment. But here's the thing. I watched her for like an hour the other day get endless entertainment from a cardboard tube of wrapping paper and snow with dollar store paint. Two separate activities, but still, like, she's at that age where she's entertained more so by the box the item comes in than the item itself. So we'll still find her cute little things in here, but I see no reason to put myself further into the poorhouse just so she can have 1 second of like, oh cool, I opened up this $80 doll that will probably terrify me. Plus, she has incredible grandparents on both sides of her family that will absolutely spoil her for sure, as well as cousins and uncles and aunts, and we do not have to feel pressured to spoil this child. Plus, me and her mother have had that conversation in the past where we never wanted a whole lot of excess stuff. We're big believers, both of us, on donating stuff and phasing it out as she gets older. So the reason I'm ranting with you guys right now is because I still got 15 minutes before the store opens. So I thought it'd be fun to set that $20 budget and see what we can get. $1.50, $2 of that is going to go towards a wrapping paper. Probably another $1 towards tape. So I want to tie it with like, no, we'll use tape. Here's a question. When you do stockings, if you do stockings, do you wrap the gifts that you put in the stocking, or do you just throw everything into the stocking? And a second tier to that question, do you give little gifts, or do you just give like candy and food? I've experienced both in my life, and I found it quite interesting that just two families I looked at did things so differently when it comes to stockings. I'd be curious to hear. All right, we got our $20. Tally ho. $19.95. Couldn't have planned that any better. Okay, back in Lucky. Yeah, that was a good haul. You know, for what I wanted to do, pretty darn good. It was too bad that I had to buy like the wrapping paper and the tape, but you gotta wrap them. That's where I fall on that question that I asked earlier. So anyway, I do need to do a bunch of video editing, but the public library does not open until noon, and it's, hang on, can't check the time on my phone when I'm filming on it, and oh, it's only 20 after 9. So we're gonna find a spot to go to and wrap these guys, be efficient. But first, let's maybe stop at a gas station to get rid of that overflowing garbage and probably top up the diesel. Okay, so I'm just in a parking lot. I'm in a parking lot. It was almost kind of like a Boston accent. I'm in a parking lot that's actually kind of a offshoot lot to this mall that's in the area that I sort of dwell around, I guess. And the public library that I'll use later is right there as well. That's where we'll edit the movie review. So, hi, Penny. It's immediately up on the dashboard. Where were you looking? Oh, it's up here, people. So yeah, we'll stay here for now because as you can see, especially because it's Sunday, it's technically, I guess, kind of the bank's parking lot as well. Where do I keep pointing you? It's like distracted vlogging. It's a nice little lot. Nobody's gonna bother us here. Not that I'm too concerned about anybody bothering us. I've pulled up in Walmart parking lots or grocery store parking lots, thrown up my window blockers, drawn my curtain, and taken naps inside Nobody cares, right? It's kind of cool. And actually, interestingly, here, this is South Center Mall in Calgary, and we actually have, look at this, reserved for overnight parking, permit required. I did notice this on the iOverlander app. I think you can get the permits in the mall, and I'm pretty sure they're free. I haven't done that yet because, I don't know, Walmart's just so easy. I don't gotta go ask anybody for a permit, but that's another option, right? And I've seen a few campers here, but it never gets crazy. So yeah, there's Lucky. We got the whole lot to ourselves basically. So we're gonna jump inside and Lucky is gonna become our Santa's workshop. All right, sorry, just putting on my big old thermal socks here. So if I get a pair of slippers, these have been coming in quite handy. Now I'm wearing 3 pairs of socks, but you know, winter van life. Right now I'm letting Lucky run because I'm using that DC to DC charger to give my batteries a bit of a boost. We didn't use much last night because it wasn't that cold. The diesel heater stayed around 15 degrees. And I charged my cell phone according to my battery monitor. That video is coming up. It took me down to about 90%. I'm not 100% sure I trust this battery monitor because it's been a struggle ever since I installed it. Probably because I don't know what the heck I'm doing. So we're going to let Lucky run for another 10-15 minutes just to charge, and then we'll switch over to the house batteries and switch on the diesel heater once it starts to get a little chilly in here. And I meant to mention as soon as I filmed it, when I was talking about my Jetboil, I feel like it's something you kind of, what? See, you wash your hair and then it gets all floppy. I feel like it's something I have to mention because there's a bigger audience now and I might get the question. No, I'm not sponsored by Jetboil. I just do love those products. Like I said, this was the first one that I purchased and I cannot sing its praises enough. I haven't had it for over a year yet, so we will see, but I did put it through its paces this summer and it's still going strong. And that isobutane gas lasts forever. That's an exaggeration. I'm on my second bottle, but second bottle in a few months, more than a few months. Hey, come here. Come here. You got to make an appearance. If you're gonna photobomb me, which at that time I saw it, come here. I wonder if she thinks I'm insane because I talk to myself so much more now. Like you, ow, was my elbow. Did you think I'm nuts? What if you thought I was just talking to you? Hey. Yeah. Give me what for? What else is near? You go down there. We got to wrap some gifts for Brooklyn. Okay, so the whole dollar store haul here. This was, I mean, I say haul, but it's not that many things because again, it's just going to be about the act of her unwrapping it and having some colorful things to look at. So first thing, this is the first thing that I found. Look at this. Bang. It's just a ball. Squishy ball, and I went with orange because, well, obviously, I say obviously, but you can't actually see a lot of my orange interior right now. But the cooler that we'll be wrapping our gifts on is orange. So that was funky. $1.25. Bang, right? I'm not gonna do that whole thing. She just jumped up and smoked her head on my elbow. Are you okay? It wasn't my fault. Got her this, because I used to have a Jeep Wrangler. Jordan, if you're watching, look, it's the same color as yours. Although this one's got 4 doors and is a lot smaller. You know what I should do? Hang on. Let's wrap as we go to be a little bit more efficient. Where is the paper? The only problem with this paper is you get what you pay for sure. And this stuff rips really easily, which will be great for my daughter when she's opening it. But it's a bit of a pain in the butt for me when I'm wrapping, especially with stuff like the little box the Jeep's in, and those corners tend to cut right through this paper. Do I have scissors? I do. They're like barber scissors, but they'll cut through this paper just fine. And that's a nice thing too, because it's so cheap, you can do that whole thing where you can just, so I was gonna say slide the scissors. Not enough tension at the top now. Yep, there we go. Oh, When you hear that noise, you know it's just like, yeah, you suck. Wrapping paper, I've watched so many tutorials online on how to do it perfectly so you can get that nice, beautiful wrap job. I think I was able to do it once in my 37 years of life. So now I just find myself taking the whole thing and just kind of eyeballing it, fold it over the box completely, and then grab my scissors and cut off what it looks like I don't need. I'll make it look a little nicer, man. Come on, it's your daughter, man. It's gonna be funny if she grows up and watches this. She's like, Dad, what were you doing? Just be gentle, it's cheap paper. That was a pretty good eyeball. This is probably one of the best wrap jobs I've ever done eyeballing it. It doesn't look all like a diaper. Look at that, first stocking stuffer, done. Jeep Wrangler, don't say I never bought you a car. Where'd the ball go? This kind of stuff, wrapping this stuff is always ridiculous. I mean, I got half a mind to just say, no, just throw the ball in there. But it's got a face on it, so I think it might be kind of cute if she opens it up and it's, I don't know. Okay, hang on. It's nice that they put the lines on the wrapping paper at least. And it's like a sales feature. Comes with measurement lines. For all you dummies that don't know how to wrap presents. I've run out of hands. No, I don't want to let go of the paper. Too important. Oh, Lord. Oh, come on. This is not going to be as pretty for sure. Kind of glad she can't, like, speak yet. I mean, she could speak. She could say words. Her first word was Dada, but I don't think it was about me. Her mother bought her that book by Jimmy Fallon where your kid's first word will be Dada. Yeah, it worked real well. Everything's Dada. But she can say Mama, and she knows what Mama means. She knows what Dada means too. She's working on it. I'm just glad she can't be like, Dad, your wrapping job is horrible. Like, damn. What else we got in here? All right, so this is the next thing. I don't know. Oh no, I'll leave it in here just because they're gonna come out. It's like a cupcake set. The whole idea of like take out, put in things. I mean, it's all the same shape, but whatever. And they're solid, so she can't chew on them and like risk biting a chunk off. So why not? We need more paper. Oh boy. Yeah, same story. What am I? Okay, hang on. Because ever since this pandemic started, I have not cut my hair once. I haven't paid somebody to cut my hair. I've clearly cut my hair once. Otherwise, I should probably see a doctor. My hair's not growing. And not to poo-poo any barbers out there, but I don't think I'll be going back. Especially with van life. Like when it comes to my hair, I've come this close to just shaving my head and saying forget about it. I haven't done that yet, obviously. It's not the best look for me. I have done that in the past when I was younger, but it's just so much easier with the van life thing, especially with wearing hats and toques and stuff. Like, it's just one less thing to worry about. Not that you should be worrying about your appearance, but we do. Oh, you're coming back out? Hi. She's like, who are you talking to? All right. You don't have to use such harsh words, man. She's always been a talker ever since she was a kid. Hey. Hey. I know. What's up? Don't stop trying to kiss me. It's all a ruse. It's just all for the video. We really have domestics all the time. Okay. Yeah, sure. It's time for my close-up, Mr. DeVille. Oh, she's trying to get to her. So I had to move their, here. I had to move their food dish up here because it got really cold in Calgary the other day. And I woke up, and granted, I hadn't filled it completely, but their water froze. So now it's up here on top of the water station. And that's working out much better. But now she's in the way of where my camera was. You're such a diva, Stella. This right here, where is it? That. It's from that light. I know. I need a way of, all of my house lights are either on or off. I didn't independently switch them. Kind of regretting that now. So sorry about that. Where'd the tape go? Oh yeah, it fell, didn't it? This happens all the time in here with everything. I'll have something, especially, I was gonna say the remote for the light, when it's not here. Because especially the remote for the light. It's nuts how fast I lose stuff in here. But that's probably just me. Oh, well, I'm gonna have to tell my cousin to not let my cousin, her daughter, watch this vlog entry till after Christmas because this is a Minecraft present we bought her. Well, she bought her. I picked it up because I'm always at Walmart. Okay, there's the tape. I don't even know if this cupcake thing is going to fit in her stocking. No, this one takes the cupcake for being the worst wrap job yet. It was funny, like I set a budget of 20 bucks, but you know, I know it. You might not even have that, but a couple bucks, like you can get stuff like this. Like I got this. It's like a coloring book with stickers and crayons, which she loves doing right now, which is a little strange to me because she's only 19 months old, but I guess that's right. This thing was like $1. So there's tons of stuff there. You don't have to spend 20 bucks. You could get lots of stuff, right? For not a lot of money. It just, it is what it is. It's one of those things. I put out to my Patreon supporters this morning. What did I say? For me, it does come down to experiences are more important than stuff. And that's something that I know both me and Brooklyn's mom want to instill in her, so we will. But I mean, you still gotta have this stuff at Christmas, I guess, right? First Christmas with Lucky and all of that, and having my daughter, and trying to develop some sort of like just a tradition with Dad. We can have some gifts. All right, this obnoxious thing, I'm gonna take this tag off. But you squeeze it and something comes out. So this is like a seashell, right? I think there's like a mermaid in there or something. That was a no-brainer when I saw it. And look, this one little piece of scrap paper should work perfectly. And it was kind of fun, like when my mom would do this for us when we were growing up, me and my little brother, it was assumed, you know, like, well, Santa brings the stocking, stocks the stuffings. Where's the eggnog? That Santa was the one that stuffed the stockings, right? So it was always kind of like jankily wrapped and in a hurry and whatnot. So perfect. We'll keep that tradition going as well. Little, like, they're domino blocks with animals on them though to line up. Plus, like I said, most of this stuff is gonna be like, oh, that's cool, Dad, let's play with it right now. And then, you know, I'm just now realizing that with the van running and the heater blowing up there, it's probably causing some audio issues. I get so excited to film, I don't like take in my surroundings and be like, okay, is this right? Are we quiet on set? I gotta turn Lucky off and we're gonna turn the diesel heater on. Hang on. Oh, it's nice and warm up here, Penny. And the last thing I decided to get, she needs a new one at my cousin's place anyway. New toothbrush with a little doll. I think the idea here is you're supposed to like pretend to brush the doll's teeth and they get it. My kid already does it fine. I mean, she doesn't do a very good job. She just kind of throws it. I went to pick her up the other morning and she had her toothbrush. She was brushing her teeth and she just kind of looked like this, which was super cute, but I feel like the dentist would have something to say about that. Oh no, it's not the last thing. I gotta wrap that coloring book too. Hang on. Let's get last piece of paper here. That takes some getting used to, but I am slowly getting there in terms of going to sleep, that fuel pump. And like all those higher end ones, you can tap into your fuel tank. And if this was a diesel van, I could have just bypassed all of that and just tapped into my... I'm talking about the fuel tank and I was talking about the pump to begin with. Anyways, I know a lot of people mount the pumps on the outside, but I didn't. Everything's internal in here, so. It's gonna get loud in here, sorry. Perfect. All right, let's see what we got. Right, not so bad for 20 bucks. And granted, if I didn't need wrapping paper or tape, then we could have gotten one or two other small items. Now I'm seeing this obnoxiously large pile of crap, because let's get serious. And I don't know how well it's gonna fit into the stocking that I got her. So like I said, it's this cool camo pink print stocking. I don't have it, it's at my cousin's. It's hung up there because that's where she will be with me on the overnight. So if you want to see her stocking, follow me on Instagram. There's a link in my video description. I'll throw a picture of the stocking up there. It's super cute. But yeah, so we are done with this. And now we just need to basically wait until the library opens so that we can edit.
That's enough! That's enough!
Okay, so yeah, spent my time editing that review video and then I started editing this video. So a little surreal, it's not quite done yet, but it's a little on the long side, I think. It's definitely longer than my normal ones and it's longer than the next video that's coming out. So we're gonna leave that here. We'll get to that little water station project down the line. Thank you so much for hanging out with me today, guys. We're gonna treat this as a sort of a pre-show to my Christmas special, which will be coming out tomorrow if you're watching this on the day it comes out. And I'm gonna go get in Lucky, check on the cats, and go make some dinner. So until the next one, you guys, just remember to go out there and be happy, be creative, be yourselves, and most importantly, be positive. And I'll see you
tomorrow for my Christmas special.